So in this session, we are going to go over a sample question. You will write a temperature class that will hold the temperature in Fahrenheit and provide method to get the temperature in Fahrenheit, Celsius, and Kelvin. And the rest of the requirement is here. So before you start any object class creation, always go back to the step-by-step guide of how to write the class. You will create package and class framework and create a main method, which we have been doing all the way through this course. Then you will add static fields and static method, add instance fields. Once instance is available, you can create instance by creating constructors. Then you will use setter getter to manipulate or to access each field, and finally add business logic. So here, I have already finished the first two steps. Creating the package class framework and create the main method, including adding Java doc comments. So the next step we want to follow is to add static fields and statics and methods. For this question, the constant involved must be defined as private static attributes, right? So, oops, there was a typo. So we need to create these as static, and because they are constant, they will be final. Private static final double what is it? Conversion rate, I guess. So it will be 5. And remember, this is double, right? But for calculation, 5 and 9 are integers. We need to convert this to double calculation. Otherwise, if you just put 5 divided by 9, you will get 0. The second one is Celsius base equals to 32. And there's only one calculation, and Java will be able to convert this to double. But if you want, you can also add a dot. And Kelvin base equals to 123. So we finished this static creation. There's no static method other than main. So now let's add instant fields. And based on the question, apparently there's only one instant field, ftemp. Private double ftemp. Now let's add constructor. We should have two constructors, right? So the first constructor is public, which is called temperature. It will set ftemp to 50. So this part is done. The second part, it will receive a temperature double and store it in ftemp field. So let me open at Java doc, and I'm going to copy this just to save some space. So here we will have a double T, where ftemp equals to T. And don't forget to add constructor Java doc. And copy this here too. So we have the constructor ready. Instance field constructor. And the constructor initializes the field. Now we get a setter and getter. Setter is public void set temperature, we can go ftemp, double T. And the doc. So this is the set temp. And we also want to have a getter, right? Which will return, getter will return ftemp. So now we get the setter and the setter and getter ready. And finally, we have logics. Logics is basically get Kelvin and get Celsius. It will be similar to here. Or I think it was called get Fahrenheit, but that should be fine. So I'll get Celsius, which will return the calculation states five divided by 9. And here, this Fahrenheit, we know it's called ftemp. And we're going to replace the constants with our defined constant. Right. So this is get constant, get Celsius. And get Kelvin. Now, for get Kelvin, we are simply adding a Kelvin base. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. That's why there's this noise. All right, so we get Celsius and get Kelvin. So the following question is asked you to create the main method, which you should be able to create two object instances, right? So we have T1 temperature, T1 equals to new, did I spell it right? I always spell this as O for some reason. Right, and we also have the T2. We are required to create two temperature, only that the second temperature will have a Fahrenheit temperature, let's say 100. And then we will call the methods to display temperature in Celsius and Kelvin. Okay, so let's do some system.out first. First, let's add some comment, add some output to explain to users what we're outputting. T1's Celsius equivalent is plus T1 dot get. Already the intelligent Eclipse already give me a note on what I should put. So Kelvin. And we will do the same for T2. All right, so everything's done. Now let's run. And of course, you can add some more. Oops, I think, yeah. Of course, you can add more formatting here just to make it look better. And I will leave that to you.